So as I was scrolling through Twitter the other day, I found a deck that I kind of fell in love with, and it's been kind of my favorite thing to play for right now, which is using Mega Kangaskhan, and in a pretty interesting way, we combo that with Forretress EX, because it has the exploding energy ability where what you can do is that once during your turn, you can search your deck for up to 5 basic grass like energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like, and then shuffle your deck. And then if you did that, then you get to knock this Pokemon out. So you're giving up 2 prize cards, and that sounds really bad, but what it does is it lets you power up your Kangaskhan, and then so you just swing for damage. You let your Kangaskhan get knocked out. Not a big deal. By this point, you'll have a second Kangaskhan powered up, or sometimes if you have both on field to begin with, you can just power them both up with the Forretress. And then from there, what you're going to be focusing on is actually using Acerola's Mischief, where when you play this you can only play this what is happening to my brain? You can only play this card when your opponent has 2 or fewer prize cards remaining, which they would if they knock out a Kangaskhan and a Forretress. So your last remaining Kangaskhan is what's on board. You choose one of your Pokemon in play, your Kangaskhan being the only thing available, and then during your opponent's next turn, you prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to your Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX, which is pretty much everything in the game right now. And so what you're going to be able to do is that to protect yourself from Ionos, you're going to be able to go Academy at night and just place a Mischief on top of your deck. So you're pretty good there. What you're going to be able to do is use your Pokégear in order to find your Mischiefs, and then you're going to be using your Miracle Headset. This is another reason why I wanted to play this deck. This card is super broken with it. And then what you're going to be able to do is, in combination with all of those things and your run errand, you're going to be able to find your Acerola's Mischiefs over and over and over again and just keep abusing that and kind of popping off. Now, sometimes we are just going to have to take some damage, like we just won't have an Acerola's up, and typically your Kangaskhan's tanky enough to live 1 attack, and so we do run the Protective Goggles to make sure the Mega Lucario doesn't, you know, just one-shot us without having, you know, to expend some resources. And we also have Bravery Charm to make ourselves even tankier. We do have Vitality Band as well. This is kind of a weird one, but it is useful sometimes to be able to hit different damage numbers. Like for 260, then we only need 1 coin flip rather than 2. And then for 310, which is like Mega Gardevoir, or sorry, regular Gardevoir EX, you just need 2 coin flips rather than 3. So it does help kind of fix your math a little bit in some cases. We do also play the Ciphermaniac Codebreaking. This is so that way, before we go run errand, you can play this and then draw the exact 2 cards you need, whether that's a counter catcher, because we do play 4 of those, whether it's a Pal Pad, if you want to heal with a Super Potion, you need to search something out with an Ultra Ball, whatever the case may be, it'll help you get there. But yeah, the deck's pretty straightforward, so I'm really excited to jump into the games, and I'll see you guys there in a second. But before we do, I just want to give a special shout out to the channel members. Thank you guys so much for that additional level of support. Really does go a long way. It means a lot, so thank you guys so much for that. As for everybody else, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All that kind of stuff really helps out the channel, and I really appreciate it. And then also, if you're interested in becoming a channel member, it will get you access to all of the stream VODs. So if you miss a VOD, or if you miss the stream, you'll be able to watch it back there. You also will be able to get best of 3s with me on stream if you want to play me, and kind of skip the line and stuff like that. And also, it just helps support the channel. With that being said, I'm excited to go use Shiny Pineco, so I will see you guys all in the game. Peace. Alright, we're in game number 1. We're going to be going first. This is a really wacky strategy. We're probably going to mulligan a couple times, but that's totally fine with us. Getting behind early is the name of the game with this deck. We're going to abuse some counter catchers and some invulnerability. We do get our Mega Kangaskhan. We do have a Nest Ball and an Ultra Ball, so we have pretty much everything we need. And we're up against Charizard, which is pretty good, because if we're able to kind of abuse our Acerolas, they're not going to really have a card that deals with us. We should have gone errand running before Nest Ball. That's a minor mistake we have made, but that's still totally okay. We can go ahead and drop the energy here, go ahead and pass. What we'll be able to do is go Codebreaking before we play anything else on the next turn. That'll get us our Pineco, or sorry, our Kangaskhan, as well as the Forretress EX. So then we can just pop those, and then we'll have Acerolas already in hand. Obviously, if we get Iono'd, then that will affect us a little bit. But we're also fine going for, like, searching out an Academy at night or something like that as well. We see Arven come out. I don't think they know what's going to happen to them. I don't think they're prepared. They're not ready. They're sleeping right now, and we're going to wake them up. Because they're going to go Energy, TM Evo, get themselves a Pidgeotto and a Charmeleon. But it's not going to matter. Grab the Pidgeotto, it's cool. They grab the Charmeleon. All fine by me. Let's see what we top deck. Protective Goggles, not really needed. We'll go ahead and grab this and this. Yep. Totally fine. Then we'll go Errand Running. Grab those. Place this down. Make our Forretress. Go Exploding Energy. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. We'll give them the 2 prizes. That's fine, you can have them. And then we'll go for the rapid fire combo. Because we're locked in. 250 onto the Duskull, that's fine, knock that out. And now the main thing here is that we can let one of our, we can let the Kangaskhan in the active get knocked out. That's like not a problem. At this point, Kangaskhan is just here to like pick up as many like prize cards as possible before we need, and like before it gets KO'd. Because once it gets KO'd, we go down to 1 prize, and then we can start using and looping the Acerola's Mischief. So the main thing that we're really looking for is just getting into a Academy at night, so we can keep placing that down, making sure that we're always going to have a Acerolas, regardless on if we get Iono'd. But we'll be drawing into 3 cards a turn. So we should be able to find it relatively okay. There's a Boss's Orders down. There's a... We see 1 boss in discard, 1 Lilies. They accelerate some energy. They can retreat and just swing with the Charizard. Cursed Blast, bringing that to 250. We grab another prize. We do get Iono'd, unfortunately, but that's still okay. We do get another Ciphermaniac, which is pretty good for us because we can go Ciphermaniac to grab... Okay, honestly, this is decent. They do find the Max Belt, which means they are going to be able to one-shot our Kangaskhan. But that's fine. They bring in the Charizard, take the KO. Now, obviously, if we can just top deck into Acerolas, that's ideal. Perfect. So we can actually just go for the Errand Running. We get the Counter Catcher. We'll pull this in. We'll go for the Mischief, Rapid Fire combo. Good thing we pulled this up. So we take the KO there. Grab that. There's our next one. And we can just kind of keep looping this. So we'll see if we can find the Miracle Headset. That would be ideal. But as long as we can place this, because there's nothing they can do to us on this turn, so then they're gonna, you know, do nothing. If we get really lucky, we flip a whole bunch of heads and just knock this out. Or if we can even go counter catcher with a Vitality and just KO this whether we get tails or not. The Iono here does kind of suck, but if we find our headset, that's also fine. We find a Mischief and a headset. Super good for us, especially if we can find our other Academy and Night. Because then we're guaranteed for 2 more turns, regardless of Ionos. Do get a Vitality Band. Because especially, it's not going to make much of a difference if we get Bravery Charm or not. But let's get some cards here. Yeah, it's not really going to matter. I'm fine just kind of sitting on this. We'll go rapid fire combo. And let's see, we could just hit a bunch of heads. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. Let's go. That's so funny. Alright, we get 2, so now it really doesn't matter. There's our Bravery Charm. That's hilarious. This deck is so busted. They go Artisan. We have a boss's orders. There's nothing they can do to one-shot us at this point. So regardless of what they end up making, we'll be able to just go boss onto it. There's a Lilies. We're chilling. Quick search. They can't counter catcher because there's nothing on the bench and we're even prizes. They can super rod all they want. It doesn't matter. We got the coin flips. Play your last pathetic card, Yugi. Except my deck has no pathetic cards. Say goodnight, Charmander. Flip until we get tails. Didn't even need them. So we just take out Charmander, make it look super easy, get another Cypher's Codebreaking, and take the game. This deck is so stupid, but I love it so much. That's going to be game number 1. This person's probably unbelievably tilted, but we'll jump into game number 2 in a second, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into the game, and we're going to be going first. We'll see what we get, or what we're up against, rather. We are going to mulligan here, but that's totally fine. It doesn't really matter how many times we mulligan if we're being completely honest. All we need is our setup, and then we're good to go. So as long, you know, we can mulligan as many times as we have to get there. We do get our Mega Kangaskhan. We have access to Nest Ball in order to get our Pineco. So then between 2, and Charcadet. Alright, cool. So what we'll do is go errand running. Pop up. Perfect. We get Nest Ball for Pineco. Nest Ball for another Kangaskhan. And now we're pretty much good to go. What's really nice about this matchup is the fact that they don't run Ionos. And so because they're not running any Ionos, we'll be able to kind of abuse just adding our Acerolas to our hand over and over again, which is going to be really good for us. Now they can swing with Solrock, but if Solrock is the only thing they're attacking with, it's going to be kind of a rough day for them. So we'll get +4. Or, well, technically we'll be drawing 3 cards, and then what we can actually do, that's actually not bad. Them playing the Squawk there is like something we can literally just counter catch and KO. We don't care that they have Charcadet, because it's just going to evolve into another thing we're going to swing on anyway. And I don't care about the Solrock, because it's just not going to do enough damage to ever really matter. So we can just swing on the Squawkabilly, take 2 prizes. They will even up the prize trade, but again, I'm not that worried about it. There's an Ultra Ball, away the 2 energy in order to get another Charcadet. Ooh, that one's cool. Was that a promo one? I'm not sure why you would play this one over this one, other than the fact that it's 80. I still think this Charcadet's just better. But that's just me. Ooh, I can swing on a Fez. So most of my prizes are already available. And if I can get a Vitality Band, then I don't even need to, like, flip any coins. So this will be pretty interesting. We see Earthen Vessel. Yeah, I mean, if I even get into, like, Codebreaking here, what'll be pretty cool is I can go pop Forretress, go Codebreaking for double Acerola. So we'll go Errand Running. Alright, so not exactly what we're looking for yet, but it's still fine. We have one Acerola, and honestly, for right now, that's really all we need. We're going to get 6 energy out of our deck. So that also is going to help improve our odds of drawing cards. So we're good there. And then what we're going to do in this case is go Counter Catcher, pull this up, and then we'll go... I don't really need the Festival Grounds at all. So I'm fine just kind of playing that just to do it. Like, just to get it out of my hand. And then we don't care if we flip heads or tails here, because we're just going to KO this anyway. The main goal here is that we're just looking to get 2 cards out of our prizes that hopefully help us out. We only get a Pal Pad and a Grass Energy, so a little rough, not exactly what we're looking for. But it's still okay. We see them pick up the Surledge. Ultra Ball comes out. We're hoping to be able to dig. They might not be able to KO me at 300 yet. Because what, it's times 20 for every energy? Yeah, so 320, or sorry, 220 plus 30 to 50 to 60 to 80 with 13 energy and discard. So as of right now, we do live, which gives us 1 extra turn, which is pretty good for us. Because 1 extra turn does go a long way. Which is digging into our pieces, especially, again, like I said, if we can just get Codebreaking and just put double Acerola on top of deck, we're in a real, or like Acerola, yep, living on 10. Living on a prayer. Vitality Band, not exactly what I'm looking for, gonna be honest. But we can go Errand Running. Perfect. We go Codebreaking to put Miracle Headset and another Acerolas on top of our deck. And then what we'll be able to do is go for the Rapid Fire combo and see if we can get 2 heads here. Unfortunately, we can't, but that's fine. It doesn't really make much of a difference, to be completely honest. We're gonna let this get KO'd, which is fine for me. Fighting Gong comes out. That gets them another energy if they have one, but I don't know if they would. Alright, it just gets them Soul Rock. So I'm not sure if their play is like to just swing Soul Rocks over and over. Like, they could go retreat if they have a fighting energy. Doesn't look like they do. So then what we're going to be able to do here, and this is really important, is we bring Mega Kangaskhan in. We get our Miracle Headset. We go Errand Running. Grab ourselves our other Mischief. So we can play the Mischief down. Go Academy at Night. And place the other Mischief on top of our deck. Making it so we are guaranteed to get another one, even if we get Iono'd. which is fine by us. And then if we find a boss's orders, which we have not found yet, but that's okay, we will attach the Vitality Band and just swing onto the Pheasantipity for game. If they go for like a multiple Soul Rock play or something like that, that's fine. We will be able to just outpace them because they're only going to do 70 damage at a time anyway, because they can't hit for weakness. So we'll just keep looping the Mischiefs, and that's going to be totally fine with us. We get a Super Potion, which is fine. I can just play that to stall out a turn. We'll go Mischiefs, and then we'll go Academy at night. Yep. To put this on top of our deck. We can attach the Vitality Band. Rapid Fire combo. Knocking this out. And so we don't get a prize card here, but that's honestly fine because that keeps Counter Catcher available. So it's totally okay that we don't take any prize cards. Like, that's ideal, actually. Because the odds of us drawing into Counter Catcher are better than us drawing into the boss's orders. So now we can just sit here. We have the Acerola. They can make another Soul Rock, and we just keep looping this same game. We will be able to KO them because what we have access to is the Miracle Headset, which is going to let us pick up 2 of these Acerolas all over again. We have another Academy at night, so we can just keep looping this plan. And just keep kind of digging for cards until we find either a boss's orders so we can close out the game on the Fez, or we find our way into a Counter Catcher. We found our way into the boss's orders, so we just boss the Fez, pull that up, and Rapid Fire combo, and then we emote for fun. Bang. We get the heads, not that we even needed it, and we make it look easy, just like that. So that's going to be our game number 2, and we'll jump in and do one more in a second, but this combo is so dumb, it's so ridiculous, especially against a deck like Ceruledge, because they don't play any form of, like hand disruption, so we just get to abuse it super hard. But yeah, that's going to be game number 2, and I will see you guys all in game number 3 in a second. Peace. Alright, we're into the game. Also, this might sound slightly different. I don't think it really will, but it just might. I had to move my mic around because the washing machine is running in the background and it was like super loud, so hopefully you can't hear that, but like if you can, I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. We are gonna mulligan here, which is totally fine for us. We get a new hand of our Kangaskhan and our Pineco. We do have a Nest Ball in order to get our other Kangaskhan. So now we're really just looking for some supporters and our other Kangaskhan just to be set up and ready to go in that regard. We do have some Pal Pads, not that we really need them right this second. Our opponent gets some more cards, but we don't really care that much. We see Pidgeys come out. It could mean a couple different things. We're going to go Errand Running. We do get our Forretress, which means we can grab our other Kangaskhan. And we're going to end our turn. One of the things that's actually kind of nice as well is this deck is like good into control because you grab a whole bunch of energies, so you don't have to worry about like that front, and then the only thing you're going to have on board is your Kangaskhan, so you're just going to be swinging and there's like nothing for them to actually trap. We do see them going for the Charmanders, which means we are up against Charizard, not Pidgeot control, which is fine by me. Doesn't really make much of a difference if I'm being completely honest. I'm going to go for the Errand Running, where we get a Ciphermaniac Codebreaking as well as a Nest Ball. Don't really need that though. What we'll do is grab this. We'll go for the Exploding Energy. We'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let that get KO'd. Give them the 2 prizes. And then I don't really care that there's an energy on that all that much. What I'm going to do is go Codebreaking to grab myself a Acerolas, and they can't really KO me anyway. So I'm fine just grabbing Codebreaking again. But that way that's just at the top of my deck. I'm fine just KOing the monkey, I guess. Not that it really makes a difference, if I'm honest. Because if they... Jesus, we are obliterating this monkey. If we... Like, if they make Charizard, it, like, doesn't really matter to me. And if they make Charmeleon, that also doesn't really make a difference. Not that the monkey does either, but they could go, like, an annoying path of, like, Luminous Energy, go for, like, Infusion stuff, which, yes, we could Festival Grounds. But it wouldn't really... Like, then they just go Artisan, that gets rid of our Festival Grounds, and then we can't really do too much. So, yeah. This deck is so much fun. I'm so excited to take this to, like a League Cup or, like, a challenge and just tilt everyone. It's gonna be so entertaining. Yeah, there's the Luminous Energy onto the monkey, which is like my only actual, not like my only actual threat, but like the only thing that's gonna be like minorly annoying. Here comes Rare Candy Charizard, which again, they can't KO me with just this. It's gonna take 2 attacks. Are they gonna swing with Pidgeot? I'm not really sure why they put the energy onto the Pidgeot. I guess it's so they could break like an Academy at Night play or something. So we're gonna Codebreaking again. Ooh. We do get a counter catcher. That's kind of nice. I could just KO the Monkey Dory again. But I'm gonna go Codebreaking to get myself in energy and a Acerola again, just so that way that's guaranteed. And then I can just kind of swing into this and get damage. I think that's also fine. So we're just gonna do that and maybe end up KOing it, but probably not. Oh, we were so close. If we got one more coin flip there and KO'd it, that would have been so funny. But now we're in a position like we will KO it anyway. And if they move the damage with Monkey Dory, it like doesn't really make much of a difference. I'm still curious why they chose to put the energy onto the Pidgeot EX. There's a Charmeleon. They could... Because in theory... never mind. I was going to say, in theory, they could go like 30 onto this and then swing with Charmeleon, but that actually wouldn't make a difference. So they take the KO, they go down to 1 prize card remaining. We get our Kangaskhan. We draw our energy. We Aaron running. We place the energy down and go for the Mischief. And then we're kind of cool just chilling with what we have. We could go counter catcher here and swing for like some extra damage, or like potentially KO the Charmeleon, put us on to even prizing, and then not have to really worry about like this that much. But I also don't really want to give them damage to move with the monkey, just in case of like random shenanigans. No, there's all the damage we would have needed from before. But that's fine. I mean, I guess the play also is like, we may want to... There's our Vitality Band, so that does mean that we have an option into the Pheasantipede EX. I guess the argument is like, we probably should just target down the Pidgeot EX, make it a little bit harder for them to guarantee a a play into, what's that card called? Iono or something. But we're really just looking for like Academy and Night at this point. If they don't reshuffle us, then we have enough, because we're just going to go double Acerolas and then Miracle Headset. And by that point, honestly, because we have Counter Catcher Vitality Band, I think on the next play, we just do that into the Fez, put ourselves to 1, and kind of just rock out. So if they don't reshuffle us soon, it's not going to be great. We would love to get into Academy at night, though. Like, I think that's the play for sure. Artisan comes down. I don't really care about that. Our fear at this point is just the impending Iono. So we'll see. Is there anything that can make this a little bit easier for us to find? Okay, they're just going to concede. I'm not really sure why they conceded, because technically if we don't find Iono, it's like possible for them to, or if they go Iono and stuff like that, like it's still possible for them to win, but it was going to be very annoying. But yeah, alright, that's going to be it for this game. I will see you guys all in the breakdown in a second. I love this deck so much. It's so much fun. I kind of want to just keep playing, but unfortunately I do have to end the recording at some point, so I'll see you guys in the breakdown in a sec. Peace. When going into the breakdown for Mega Kangaskhan, I love this deck so much, and I'm so excited to take it to like a challenge or a cup or something, just because it seems like right now it's like the best random rogue meme deck you can play that's like actually successful. So I really like it a lot. It's really fun. It's probably the most fun I've had so far this format, just like messing around with dumb decks. As for power, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. This is mostly because of the fact that you really only know you're going to hit for 200. You can't really reliably know you're going to hit for more than that outside of the 210 from the Vitality Band. So it's definitely something that you know, can't always rely on, but also like you're just going to be swinging a bunch anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And sometimes you just become correct, so it doesn't even matter. Going into the consistency, this is where this deck really excels, oddly enough, for what its plan is. Its plan is so simple that it makes it really consistent and easy to hit. The problem is that like sometimes where the consistency fails is not being able to find your Acerolas, like you just get unlucky, or you know, you can't find your Academy at night, so then they get Iono'd out of your hand, and then it's like a lot harder to kind of navigate from that position. So that's something that you have to kind of take into account when you're playing the deck. Just be careful about stuff like that. Its matchups are, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5, but the major thing that stops it is the fact that you are only immune to EX Pokemon, which means you will never win a matchup against Gardevoir ever, and if you randomly run into like Typhlosion or something, you're probably not going to win that either. With that said, Typhlosion less relevant than, you know, your other glaring weakness in Gardevoir, but your other matchups actually don't feel that bad at all. They feel really good, actually. So it's kind of like, because it's like becoming a Mimikyu over and over and over again, except you're swinging for 200 and you're a big mega beat stick that also draws 2 cards. So I definitely recommend it. This deck is a ton of fun. If you're looking for something roguey, looking for something kind of memey, this is definitely the deck for you. So go ahead and give it a try. I will see you guys all in the next video. Be sure to let me know what you want to see in the upcoming videos, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.